Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Glacial Geek Kill Team Battle Report. I'm Phil, the Glacial Geek, coming to you here from Casa Daniel, where I'm about to fight a 200-point Commander Kill Team game between my Servants of the Abyss and Chris's Elucidian Starstriders. So the story that we got going on here is that Elucia Vhane and her crew were on their shuttle, the Truehawk, when they came under assault from a Chaos crew. That then proceeded to board their shuttle here, and the Starstriders are trying to fend off the attackers as they try to take control of the ship and bring it under control of the Servants of the Abyss. So that's the story that we've got going on here. We are going to be playing the mission Shuttlejackers, which is from the Kill Team Rogue Trader box game set there. Essentially, the way it is, we have the two teams that are deployed here at the front here. There are four objectives, which are these panels here. So there's one right in the middle here, one on the left here, one on the right here, and then one back over here. At the end of each battle round, if you control the center one in the middle here, you will score 3 points. If you control any of the others, you score 1 point for each of them, or 2 points for each of those that you control, and you score those at the end. And then whoever has the most at the end of the game will be the victor. So it's 4 rounds like usual kill team, 4 rounds, and then you roll off to see if you go any further from there. So that is going to be the story. That is going to be the mission. Before we go any further, though, let's show you the two kill teams that are going to be fighting it out. So for the Servants of the Abyss, my kill team will consist of, from left to right, we have Obsidious Malix, who will be my commander. I then have a Rogue Psyker as my leader. I have a Negavolt Cultist as my combat specialist. I have 2 Traitor Guardsmen Gunners with Flamers. One will be Demolitions, one will be Heavy Specialist, and then I have 2 Traitor Astartes. And for the Elucidian Starstriders, kill team will consist of, from right to left here, we have the commander, who is Elucia Vhane. We then have the combat specialist here, who will be Gnosis Prond. We have a comm specialist, who will be Larson Vandergraus. We have a medic, who will be Sanastasia Minst. We have the leader, who is Voidsman Niche. We then have a scout specialist, who will be Aximilian. We have a Voidsman Gunner as a heavy specialist. We have another Voidsman, who will be the demolitions expert, and then 2 more Voidsmen. Going over deployment here for my Servants of the Abyss, I've got my 2 Black Legionaries up front over here, along with Obsidious Malix right behind them. I've got my Rogue Psyker back behind him, and I've got my demolitions expert Guardsman back here with a Flamer behind the Black Legionary. We then have my Heavy Specialist and my Negavolt Cultist back over here looking on the other side of this door. Going over deployment now for the Elucidian Starstriders. We have the Medic up over here. We've got a Voidsman next to them. We then have the goodest boy in the Imperium over here, Aximilian. We have the Combat Specialist next to Aximilian. We've got Elucia Vhane right behind them. We have the Demolitions Expert over on this side. Back here on the panel, we have the leader, which is Voidsman Niche. Niche. We then have a Voidsman right next to him. We've got the Heavy Specialist and the Comm Specialist back over here, ready to come through this door as well. So that is going to be deployment. We will now roll off to see who will have initiative going into turn 1. I rolled a 7. My opponent rolled a 4, so we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss. Movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss here on turn 1. My Black Legionary over here opened the door, which allowed my other Black Legionary, my Demolitions Expert, and my commander to all move out over this way. My leader stayed back over here on the objective. This Heavy Specialist opened the door over here to allow my Combat Specialist to advance up over there, the other side of that wall. So that's going to be the movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders. All right, movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders here on turn 1. His Voidsman over here opened the door over here. This Demolitions Expert will be moving in a second. We'll get to that in a second. His leader over here stayed there. This Voidsman walked up to this door and opened it, allowing his Heavy Specialist to ready. He then spent 2 CP, or I should say because Elucidian Vhane is going to be a level 4 strategist, she reduces the cost of all stratagems by 1 to a minimum of 1. So it would be 2 CP, but it got down to 1 CP to allow him to use Voltgeist Transference, which allows him to just basically pick up and drop down over there more than 4 inches away. So he's more than 4 inches away from him and drops down there on the control panel looking for CP. So now we are going to have some charges. So who do you want to start with over here?
Start with Aximilian.
Aximilian is charging into who? Into my commander?
Yes.
All right, he's going to charge into the commander over here. On a 7 inches, I think that should get him in. And now his combat specialist, Nosaprand, is going to charge into him as well. Rolling a 7, that might get him in. Getting in over there. And Elucia Vhane is going to charge into my guardsman over here. I am going to fire Overwatch. So I've got Flamer there, so it's going to be D6 auto hits. That's going to be 3 auto hits. These are going to be strength 4, toughness 3. So looking for 3s to wound. Okay, it's going to be 1 wound. AP nothing.
She has 4 force and vulnerable.
4 up invul save. She's good with that 5. And now she needs a 6-inch charge to get in. She doesn't get the 5. Going to spend a CP to reroll that. Bringing him down to 1 CP here because she's a strategist. He gets an extra 1 for her. So, rerolling. Getting a 4. She is not going to make it in. And then the demolitions expert moved up over there. Into the psychic phase now. My rogue psyker here is going to cast Psybolt. I believe that Aximilian and his Gnosis Prond are the closest and line of sight, so I'll do it into Gnosis Prond over there. So looking for a 5 for Psybolt to go off. Goes off with a 10, which is just under what I needed for it to go D3, so she will just take 1 mortal wound. Now his heavy specialist is going to start us off here because he's readied. He's going to fire his rotary cannon into my heavy specialist just over 12 inches away, which is into long range for his weapon. It's heavy 4, strength 5, AP minus... strength 4, heavy 4, strength 4, AP minus 1 damage. 2 damage. So he's going to be rolling 4 dice, hitting on 5s because of range and obscurement over here. Getting 2 hits. These are going to be strength 4, so looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP minus 1, so looking for 6 up save for him over there. Fill faces! No, neither fill face, so 2 injury rolls here, because one of them will go through. So, and on that 6, he's out. Into the regular shooting phase here, my demolitions expert is going to fire into Elucia over here. D6 auto hits with the flamer. Gonna be 6 hits. That's pretty good. Strength 4, toughness 3, so 3s to wound. That is going to be 4 wounds. AP nothing. So 4 up saves. Failing 2 of making 2, failing 2. So she takes 2 damage, 2 wounds.
He needs a...
All right, so now his demolitions expert is going to throw a concussion grenade into my black legionary over here. He's going to spend 1 CP for custom ammo, which will give him +1 to wound with his ranged weapons this turn, and he's going to throw that. The concussion grenade also has it if they're within 1 inch of a terrain feature, that it increases the strength and damage by 1. So this is now going to be D3 shots, strength 4. AP minus nothing, but 2 AP nothing, but 2 damage apiece. So D3 shots. Going to be 1 shot here. This is going to be hitting on. He is obscured, so it's going to be hitting on 4s. No hit. I know my black legionary over here is going to fire into Elucia Vhane. He's going to have 2 shots because he's in rapid fire range, hitting on 4s because of obscurement over here. That's still going to be 2 hits. These are going to be strength 4, looking for 3s to wound. That's going to be 2 wounds with a fill face. So now needing 2 4-up saves. No, failing them both, which will take her down to 0. So here we go, injury roll. With that 5, she is out.
Rapid fire.
And now the voidsman over here is going to fire into my demolitions expert. Going to get 2 shots with the las gun here. Not obscured, so hitting on 3s. That's going to be 1 hit. Strength 3, toughness 3, so 4 to wound. That is a wound. AP nothing, so looking for a 5-up serve. No, I don't make it there. Injury roll. With that 5, he's out. And now my Black Legionary here is going to fire into his Demolitions Expert. He is obscured, so he's going to be hitting on 4s. Nope, not going to hit. All right, so now into the fight phase. I'm going to spend 2 CP to have Decisive Strike here with Obsidious Malix. He is going to hit 2 attacks into each of his Aximilian there and his Combat Specialist. So we'll do the 2 attacks into Gnosis Prond over there. These are going to be hitting on 3s because they're -1 to hit with the Thunderhammer. Okay, that's going to be 1 hit. These are going to be looking for 2s to wound. Don't have any CP to spend. Okie dokie. And then the Black Heart of Obsidious Malix here is going to send a Thunderhammer into Aximilian over there. What a cold, heartless bastard he is. Here we go. 2 attacks hitting on 3s. That's going to be 2 hits. Include a 6, which is... does Aximilian have the Imperium keyword? Let's find out. Aximilian does have the Imperium keyword there. So, Death to the False Emperor here on that 6. Does not hit, though. So that's going to be 2 hits. Wounding on 2s. Oh! That's what you get for trying to hit a good old doggo there with a Thunderhammer. Not going to happen. All right, the goodest doggo over here is going to attack into Obsidious Malix over here. So he's going to have 2 attacks hitting on 3s. Oh, hitting on 4s. All right, that's going to be 1 hit. Strength 3. So hit wounding on Strength 3, wounding on 5s. No wound.
Oh, she is.
All right, so Gnosis Prond now is going to attack over here with her Cultist Blade. She's going to have 4 attacks base +1 for being a combat specialist, hitting on 3s. Okay, getting we got one more attack. Yeah, because it's 5 attacks total. It was 4 base +1 for combat. Nope. Okay, not meant to be. So that's going to be 1 hit here. She's what? Strength 3. Mm-hmm. So oh no, rerolling all failed attacks. Right? Isn't that right? Doesn't she have that?
Thank you.
Yeah, because she's zealous. So she has the 1 hit. She gets to reroll all those other ones because of being zealous. We just talked about this. That's the only reason I remember. There you go. 4 hits. That's much better.
That's what she should be doing.
All right, so these are going to be Strength 3. So looking for 5s to wound. Alrighty, so that is going to be 1 wound. AP -2. So looking for, what's his armor save? Armor save is 3, so he's going to be looking for a 4-up save because he has an invuln. And with that 4, he's good. Woo! Alrighty, so that's going to be it for turn 1 here. We don't have any leadership tests or morale tests to take here. We do have some points to score, though. So I control this objective back over here, giving me 2 points. My opponent controls this objective and this objective, scoring him 4 points. But over here, only commanders, leaders, and comm specialists can control this objective here in the middle there. So I do not control it, even though I've only got the one. I've got the 1 guy there. So he is not going to be able to control that there, giving me no points for that one. So that is going to be it for turn 1. We will now roll off to see who has initiative going into turn 2. I rolled an 11. My opponent rolled an 8. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the whatchamacallit? What are these? Servants of the Abyss. I can't forget my own name. Servants of the Abyss here on turn 2. Movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss here on turn 2. This guy moved back over here to control that objective over here. This leader moved up over here to control this objective. He stayed in combat, and now I'm going to have some charges. So the first one here is he's going to charge into these 2 guys. They can fire Overwatch with their las guns. So we'll do the first guy. It doesn't make a difference which one's which. So but we do have to do it because of injury rolls just in case. So the first guy does not get a hit, and the second guy does not get a hit. So his charge distance over here. With the 12, he is way in. And now my Negavolt cultist over here is going to charge into his heavy specialist. My opponent's going to spend 1 CP for point blank Overwatch. So if I come around that corner, he will spend it and shoot me. So let's see if I get in first. With the double 1, I'm not going to get in. I'm going to spend a CP to reroll that. I'm looking for a 9-inch charge here. No, and I don't make it. And because of that, I'm not going to move. So there we go. Movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders here on turn 2. His heavy specialist moved up over this way. He opened the door over there, giving him line of sight so he can shoot into my Negavolt cultist. He opened the door over here for his leader to be able to see through to my leader. And then the medic moved around over here to get hopefully maybe a shot over this way. They stayed in combat and they had to stay in combat. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. Into Gnosis Prond over here. Looking for a 5 for Cybolt. Oh no, double 5s. It does go off, but it does also mean that I suffer perils of the warp just because of the way my guy is. So, D3 mortal wounds. Oh no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to spend a CP, my one last CP, to reroll that because I don't feel like dying. Okay, so that's going to go off on a 5. Whew. So she takes a mortal wound, and that will possibly kill her because now we have to take a injury roll here. No, on a 2, she'll take a flesh wound. So starting off here, his leader is going to fire his Artificer shotgun into my leader. He is going to be, it's assault 2, strength 4. So he's going to be looking for 5s to hit though because of range and obscurement over there. So 2 shots. That's going to be 2 hits though. That's pretty good. These are strength 4. So looking for 3s to wound. Yes, 3 wound. That's going to be 2 wounds. AP, nothing. So looking for 5 up saves. And I make 1, fail 1 though. So that's 1 damage or 2 damage? 2 damage here. So 2 injury rolls here.
His wounds are gone.
What's up? Oh yes, I think so. Yeah, he only has oh no, Rogue Striker has 4 wounds. Oh man, that's crazy. And now my leader's gonna fire his last pistol into the medic over here. I do have it's gonna be 1 shot with the last pistol, hitting on a 6 because of range and obscurement. No fill fade. The medic's gonna fire back with the last pistol over here. So she's gonna be range and obscurement are gonna be -2, so hitting on a 6 as well. Oh, but that does hit. Strength 3, toughness 3, looking for a 4 to wound. That is a wound. 5 up save. No, he takes another wound. And Obsidious Malix is going to fire his plasma pistol into Gnosis Prond's face over here. Hitting on a 2, not going to supercharge. That's a hit. Strength 7, wounding on a 2. That's a wound. AP -3.
5 up invul.
5 up invul. No, not going to make it. So let's see if she is going to spend a CP to reroll that. No, still doesn't make it. So I will now roll to see +1 because he already has a flesh wound there. And with that 3 becomes a 4, she is out. All right, so now his this guy over here is Vandergrouse is going to fire into here with his voltaic pistol. 1 shot hitting on a that 6 is going to hit. Strength 5. Oh, the 6 counts as 3 hits because of the special ability there. So that's going to be 3 hits here. These are going to be strength 5. So looking for 3s to wound. That is going to be 1, 2, 3 wounds. AP nothing. Let me see what these guys have here. Negavil Cultists are going to have a 5 up invul save. So it's going to be 3 5 up invul saves. Making 1. And then I've got 2 6 up feel no pains. Because it's 1 damage each? Yes. No. So he takes both of those. So that's going to take him down to 0 there. So you get to roll an injury roll, and on a 5 he's out. It was a 5 up feel no pain, but still I failed that 1, and he only has 1 wound, so he is still out. Into the fight phase, my Black Legionary is going to start us off here, punching into his Demolitions Expert there. That's going to be a hit, wounding on a 3. That is not a wound. And then into the regular fight phase, my guy's going to start us off here because I have initiative. Into Aximilian here with 4 attacks, hitting on 3s because it's -1 to hit. That is going to be 3 hits. These are, with that 6 is Death to the False Emperor. So that's going to be 4 hits. Wounding on 2s. That is going to be 4 wounds. Does he have an invul save?
No whatsoever.
No, so that's going to go through. So 3 damage. So an injury roll on this one here. And with that 4, he is out. And now the Demolitions Expert is going to fight back into my Black Legionary here. He's going to have 1 attack hitting on a 4. That's not a hit. And the other Voidsman's going to do the exact same thing. No hit. And that's going to be it for turn 2 here. No morale test to take. So I do score the 3 points here and the 2 points there. And my opponent scores the 2 points for each of these, bringing it 8-7 to Elucidian Starstriders. So we will now roll off to see who has initiative going into turn 3. I rolled an 11. My opponent rolled an 8. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss here on turn 3. Super simple movement phase. Everyone ready except for him who opened the door over here. So that's going to be it for the Servants of the Abyss. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders on turn 3. Movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders. These guys both moved up over here so they get line of sight on to Obsidious Malix over here. These guys stayed in combat with my Black Legionary. His leader moved around over here. His medic moved around over here onto the objective. And his comm specialist stayed on the objective over there. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. So now my leader here is going to use Side Bolt into the regular Voidsman over here. He's the closest one in line of sight. So looking for a 5. Oh, double fill faces. I'm gonna spend a CP to reroll that into a 2 and a 6. So that will go off there, doing a mortal wound onto him. So let's see if he is out. And on a 3, takes a flesh wound. Oof. All right, so at the beginning of the shooting phase, my opponent's gonna spend 2 CP on decisive shot to have his heavy fire into my leader over here, because he wants to kill him off of the objective. Which, I mean, that is sound thinking there. So he is obscured, so he's going to be -1 to hit, but he's within 12 inches, so he's going to be fine for that. So he's going to be hitting on 4s. It's going to be 4 shots, heavy 4. These are going to be hitting, like I said, on 4s. Getting 1 hit. This is going to be strength 4, so looking for a 3 to wound. No wound. And now Obsidious Malix is going to fire his plasma pistol into his heavy guy there. I am going to supercharge it, so this is going to be hitting on a 2. Going to spend my last CP over here to reroll that into a fill face. So that's going to hit, wounding on a 2. That's going to wound, AP -3, so it's going to go straight through. So 2 damage, 2 injury rolls. And on that 5, he is out. And now his leader over here is going to fire into my leader with his shotgun. So it's going to be 2 shots here. He is obscured. And I think he's in more than half range because there's a 10-inch range, right? A 12-inch range. I think he's more than 6 inches away. Yeah. So he's going to be hitting on 5s with 2 shots. No, not going to get either shot. So my leader is going to do the same thing into his leader. That is going to be a hit with a fill face. We're looking for a 4 to wound. No wound. And now his guy over here is going to fire. He is obscured, so he's going to be hitting on 4s. No hits. And now my Black Legionary here is going to fire into his injured guy over here. That's going to be a hit. That is not a wound. And now both these guys are going to fire their last pistols into me over here. We're doing both. They can both do injury rolls if they so do. So it's going to be 1 hit, looking for a 5 to wound. That is a wound. 3 up armor save. No, that's going to go through. So is it injury roll? Oh, on a 2, he takes a flesh wound. And now my Black Legionary is going to start us off in the 5 phase by punching his injured guy over here, hitting on a 3. That's a hit. Wounding on a 3. That is not a wound.
Gets -1.
And now, oh, that's right. Now this guy over here is going to attack, so we'll do the injured one first on a 5 to hit. That is not a hit. And then the other guy is on a 4 to hit. That is a hit. This is going to be wounding on a 5. That is not a wound. All right, so that is the end of turn 3. At the end of the turn, I do have to take a morale test on my guy over here. So let's see what happens here. 4 plus that is 7. Oh, and a Black Legionary. No, his leadership is 7. He is good to go because I have 3 guys out there.
And I believe I do too.
And you do have to take a leadership over here. So we've got 4 guys out. 4 plus 2 is 6. I think he should be good to go on that one. So, morale tests are done. Scoring objectives here. I have the middle one here for 3, plus 2 over here. My opponent has 4 points for these 2 objectives, bringing us to 12 points apiece. It exactly tie here at the end of turn 3. So now, we are going to roll to see who has initiative going into turn 4. I rolled a 7. My opponent rolled an 8. So we'll come back to you after movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders here on turn 4. All right, movement phase here for the Elucidian Starstriders on turn 4. His leader readied himself over here. The medic stayed over here on the objective. These two Voidsmen bravely stayed in combat with a Black Legionary. This Voidsman advanced around over here, just getting onto the objective. And then Vandergeist over here spent 2 CP on Voltageist transference to allow him to deep strike basically for the 4 inches away from anybody. So he moved over here, 4 inches away from my guy. So that's going to be it for the movement phase for the Elucidian Starstriders. We'll come back to you after movement phase for the Servants of the Abyss.
We'll wear that too.
Movement phase! Obsidian Malix just moved down over here onto the objective, and everyone else just readied themselves. So that's going to be it for, or he just stayed in combat, whatever. You get what I'm talking about. So that's going to be it for the movement phase. We'll come back to you with the psychic phase. And now, over here, my Rogue Psyker is going to psych into his comm specialist over here. That's going to be an 8, which will go off, which will give him a mortal wound. So starting out the shooting phase, his leader is going to fire into my leader over here. So he is going to have 2 shots with his shotgun. These are going to be hitting on 5s because of range and obstruction. Getting 1 hit. Strength, what is it? Strength 4. So that's going to be wounding on a 3. That is a wound. AP nothing. So looking for a 5-up save. No, I do not. So it is 1 damage or 2 damage apiece. So it's going to be 2 injury rolls here. And on the 3, he will take a flesh wound. And now my leader who readied is going to fire into the comm specialist over here. That is not going to be a hit. All right, now Vandergraaf over here is going to fire into my leader. He is going to have 4 shots with his 1 shot strength 4 hitting on 4s with his special pistol over here. Because you're within 6.
Yeah.
So.
Actually, he's going to use a concussion.
Oh, he's going to use a concussion grenade instead. So it's going to be D3 shots. 1 shot here. This is going to be hitting on a 4. That is a hit. Strength 4 now because he's within an inch of the terrain over there. So it's going to be looking for a 3 to wound. No wound. And Obsidian Malix is going to fire his plasma pistol into his leader over here. Hitting on a 4 or 3 because of obstruction. Nope, not going to hit. I'm going to send a CP to reroll that. Of course I do that. So he's dead. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. And now his Voidsman over here without the flesh wound is going to fire into my Black Legionary. Hitting on a 3. 4? Is it 4? I thought it was the 3. No. Well, hits on a 4 anyway. So this is going to be strength 3. So looking for a 5 to wound. That is a wound. Looking for a 3-up armor save. Yeah, with the fill phase. Woo! And the Black Legionary is going to fire his pistol into the injured guy over there. Transhuman physiology means I get to ignore this, ignore the flesh wound there. So hitting on a 3 with a fill phase, I'm good to go. Wounding on a 3. That's another fill phase. Here we go. He's got his regular armor save. 5-up save. Oh, but he makes it. And now he's going to fire back. He's hurt, so he's hitting on a 4. No hit.
Punching on a 4.
Demolitions Expert's going to fight into me over here. Hitting on a 4. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. That is also a wound. 3-up armor save. Yeah, with the fill face. He's going to punch the wounded guy in the face. 3. No. I'm trying to CP to reroll that. Yeah, with the fill phase. Wounded on a 3. No, of course. And now the injured guy gets the punch back over here, hitting on a 5. That's a hit. Wounding on a 5. No wound there. All right, so that is going to be the end of. This is going to be the end of the turn here. Turn 4. We have to see if we are broken here because I've got 3 guys out of my 7 left. So highest leadership is 8, and on a 7, I'm good to go. So now we do have some leadership tests to take here. My leader has to roll to see if I've got 4 guys out. So 4 plus 2 is good to go. And my Black Legionary has 4 guys out. 4 plus 3 is 7. He's also good to go. His 1 flesh wounded guy over here, he has 4 out. Plus 6, he is going to be shaken. So he won't be able to do anything if there is a turn 5. So at the end of the turn, I do score 3 points for this. I do score 2 points for this. My opponent scores 4 points for his objectives over here. So that's going to put me at 17 to my opponent's 16. We will now roll to see if we go on to a turn 5. Do you want to roll the dice, sir? On a 3+, we go on into a turn 5. No! On the 1, we are done! And even though Obsidious Malix blew himself up with a supercharged plasma pistol, I do manage to get the victory. So I imagine my leader just types in some controls into the shuttle there, perhaps venting the rest of these guys out over this way, taking over the shuttle, and a victory for the Servants of the Abyss. Man, that was a ton of fun. I haven't seen the Elucidian Starstriders on the table before, so it was fun to see all those guys with all like almost every single person except for 2 Voidsmen has a specialty, which is awesome. I think that's awesome because the specialist retainers get their own specialty, which is really great. So a ton of fun had by all. So I hope you guys have all enjoyed it. I certainly have. I have been Phil, the Glacial Geek, as always. My opponent's been Chris, and until next time, stay safe and have fun.